Hi, Missy Yost here with Yost Group at eXp Realty in South Carolina, and welcome to another edition of Margaritaville Monday. I do these videos every Monday to keep you up to date on what is going on in Margaritaville. And as always, if you've got any questions at all, drop them below and I'm happy to answer them. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so that you are notified every time I make a new video, and you are also notified when we make videos of the area. Some of the topics that we'll be covering under Yost on the coast with Yost in the near future is going to be, we're going to do Sun City Hilton Head, which we're going to go in depth with that. We are also going to cover the beaches of Hilton Head, which is something that a lot of people have asked us about, the public beaches down there. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Today we are going to go through phase 5 at Latitude Margaritaville Hilton Head, and we are going to do a checkup on where they are with construction of in the amenities center with the new things that they're building there. And we're going to talk a little bit about flood insurance and then wrap it up with the difference between a named storm and wind and hail. This is the spring storm season, so it's a good idea to get a general idea of what they are and what it means to Margaritaville, where it's located in reference to the coast. So first of all, we are going to drive through Latitude Margaritaville Hilton Head's phase 5. The construction is moving along quickly. I do have my trusty salesperson with me, so I am not going rogue and being in the neighborhood by myself without permission. But I am getting a video of the area as I ride along so that you can see we have the houses going up quickly, we have foundations going in, we have streets going in, and things are moving along very nicely. While I am talking about phase 5, I wanted to go over something that Jan Lucas, one of the inspectors that we do recommend in the area, has told me or relayed to me, and that's that most of our delays right now are being caused by wood packages not being delivered, wall ovens, electric meters, and there was something else in there. So it's like I said, it's always something really weird. So that's the flavor of this week as far as what we're seeing some delays on. Now, as I did the drive-through or the ride-through of phase 5, you could see that there were a lot of wood packages delivered to the site. So it looks like maybe that might be lessening up at the moment, and hopefully, you know, that will stay. So now we're going to go ahead and move over here to the amenities center, where you can see that the work and play center is coming along nicely. Now the work and play center will have a dog grooming center. It's supposed to have like a woodworking, and there's some other things planned in there. They're going to listen to the residents, and whatever goes in there will be things that the residents want most. And then right next to that or across from that is the Last Mango Theater, and you can see it's coming along nicely also. And in the Last Mango Theater, they will be able to remove the chairs, have a dance floor so that they can move the outside entertainment that they have on Friday and Saturday nights inside during weather that's not so great or during the colder months. The pool right now is heated, so there's lots of people out using the pool again, and there's people all over the neighborhood just enjoying life at Latitude Margaritaville Hilton Head. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about flood insurance and what that means living in Latitude Margaritaville Hilton Head. When you go to contract, you're going to sign something called a property report before you actually go to contract, and that describes to you a lot of things about the property, what it's like to live in South Carolina. There's just a lot of things in there to kind of learn about what the builder's intentions are. One of the things that they cover in that is that you are in a flood zone, or the property is in a flood zone. Before you build the actual house, you are in a flood zone. Once they build your house, they build it 2 feet above flood zone. You are no longer in a flood zone, and flood insurance is no longer required. So once you move in, the flood insurance policies are optional. A lot of people go ahead and take them out. It's a personal preference at that point. Will your property flood? probably not, but there's no guarantee that it's not ever going to. So I would suggest that you talk with your insurance agent to learn more about flood insurance. You can take out the policies through FEMA, the volunteer policies, or voluntary policies through FEMA, but just learn more about what the costs are, and then you can make an educated decision as far as if you need it or do not need it based on your situation. Okay, the last thing I want to talk about is the difference between named storms and wind and hail. And keep in mind that when you're in the north or some areas that are not coastal and you're not affected by hurricanes or tropical storms, then all you need is a wind and hail policy. And your wind and hail is going to cover anything that comes from like a thunderstorm, which is going to be straight line winds, high winds, hail damage, that sort of thing. Well, when you're on the coast, you're going to need to have also on your homeowner's insurance a named storm policy or a rider, and those are going to have a different deductible than your wind and hail. So a named storm is like if Hurricane Charlie or Tropical Storm Sue comes through and does damage. It will only cover damage when your storm is named. The deductibles will be a little bit different in the two policies. They're usually not too far off. The named storm deductibles are usually a little bit higher than your wind and hail. But if you have a storm that blows through in the summer blows through any time of the year and it's not named, it's covered under your wind and hail policy, where if it has a name to it, it's covered under the named storm policy. And I know that gets a little bit confusing, but the good news is that we are in an area here that hurricane shutters and that sort of thing are not required. We're far enough inland to where normally there's not a whole lot of damage done by hurricanes. We've been here now for, we've been through 4 hurricanes here. We have not had any damage to our personal property yet, and that's even going through Hurricane Matthew, which was a pretty major storm. So keep in mind that even when you do have a named storm that comes through, a lot of times, if not most times, you do not even have damage. So just kind of keep that in mind too, to keep it in perspective. Once again, I am Missy Yost with Yost Group at eXp Realty, and if you have any questions at all about Margaritaville or any of the area, anywhere from Missy, South Carolina, all the way down to Richmond Hill, Georgia, please reach out to us. We are happy to help you, love to help you, do tours, and anything we can do for you. Just reach out and let us know. So until next time, bye-bye.